तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंघयते कृपातमहं वन्दे शीघ्रं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। कथाञ्चन स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत् स्मृते प्रीतं स्यात् श्रीचैतन्यं नमामि तम्। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Today, His Grace Harilila Prabhuji will be leading the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. About just a couple of minutes about him, and is of course senior disciple of His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj. With his association, I learned a little more about him. He was living in Dubai for many years. Then he moved to Mayapur, and he's actually very much dedicated, very much motivated, self-motivated to serve the Vaishnavas. About his leading the project in Mayapur Hospital. Lot of work, lot of nothing comes very easily in this world. So a lot of determination, a lot of sacrifice, and has a big vision to serve the devotees. That's really great. I was contemplating, without Lord Chaitanya's mercy, no one can think such things. Serving Vaishnavas, spreading this movement, and he has a big vision for Mayapur Hospital. We will learn in future, but let's begin with. We'll continue where we have left from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. So, anyone would like to read that Bengali?
Today I don't see Narasimha Prahladeshwara Prabhu. He's the one who reads the Bengali.
Thank you for volunteering.
No, he's not here, I said.
Nice of you. Okay, I will read it. That's okay. It's a person for Nijagana ani kahe binaya kariya alingana kari sava srihaste dhariya tamasa bajani ami pranadhika kari prana chada yaya toma sava chadite na pari. We don't do the synonyms. Please read the translation and purport.
Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees together, holding them by hand, humbly informed them, "You are all more dear to me than my life. I can give up my life, but to give you up is very difficult for me." So there's no purport. I'll add a short comment. Actually, Lord Chaitanya's incarnation is very, very special. It is unlike any other incarnation. I'm sure we are all very much aware of it. He is unlike any other incarnation because of few reasons. One is that he came to offer something which was never offered before. Okay, that is one part. But the second part is that he came to offer something which was never offered before to people who are completely unqualified to receive it. So this is the most interesting part. That you can offer something which was never offered before to someone who is qualified to receive it. That's okay. There's nothing great about it because anyway they're qualified to receive it. But then to offer something which was never offered before to some people who are totally unqualified to receive it, then that becomes very, very sweet, because first of all, the qualification has to be created, then it has to be offered. So that's why whoever is in this Kali Yuga where Mahaprabhu appeared is considered very, very fortunate. And one of the important aspects of Lord Chaitanya's unique mercy is that he did not come alone, but he came with his whole set of associates. It is said in Bhagavatam that Krishnavarnam tusa Krishnam sango pungastra parshadam yajñaihi sankirtana prayar yajantihi sumedasaha. So he came to teach Sankirtana movement, but he came with his associates. So what is the importance of coming with his associates? Because in Kali Yuga, we have to learn how to practice this Sankirtana movement. And what we should do, how to spread this Sankirtana movement, how to practice this Sankirtana movement. In fact, Lord Chaitanya was the one who actually initially started systematic preaching of the Sankirtan movement. In the very beginning, when he was actually in Madhya, he gave this order to Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur that every home they should go and they should fall at the feet of the householder and they should request him to chant Hare Krishna. Not only he gave that order, he also gave the order that after doing that, they should come every evening and report about their preaching. So what happened during the day, whom all they met, and whom all they preached. So this way, systematic preaching and reporting system was established by Lord Chaitanya in his early days of preaching itself. So Lord Chaitanya, in every way, he actually showed how to propagate the Krishna conscious movement through his associates. So he gave different activities to his different associates and he gave different instructions to them. This way, he actually showed how to institutionalize the preaching and how to expand the preaching of Krishna conscious movement. So therefore, his interactions with his associates is of prime importance. By studying his interaction with his associates, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in our ISKCON movement, we can actually learn different principles of management, different principles of preaching, different principles of devotee care, how to face different type of challenges which comes in our preaching, how to behave as leaders, how to behave as followers. Everything we can learn simply by observing the dealings of Lord Chaitanya with his associates. So here, Lord Chaitanya, in this particular shloka, he wants to go to South India for preaching. He has been staying in Puri. He wants to go to South India for preaching. Of course, he can decide independently to go and he can go wherever he wants to go. But he decided to call a meeting of all his associates and then he decided to announce to them and he decided to take their blessings and get their concurrence and move forward. This is one of the very important principles in Kali Yuga, especially for managers and leaders, how important it is to actually take everybody into confidence while decision making. This is a very interesting and very nice thing which we can learn from this very simple activity of Lord Chaitanya. That the moment we actually make everybody else as stakeholders in the decision which you want to take for any preaching activity. Now, Lord Chaitanya is going to go for preaching. That is his main point, that he is going to go all over South India and he is going to preach. Of course, he is going to have a pretext for that and some external pretext that he is going to look for his brother. But he is going to leave Puri for a long time. So therefore, the activities in Puri should not also be affected. So therefore, he has to make sure that his associates continue whatever mission they have in Puri. At the same time, he has to also make sure that whatever decision he is taking, everybody becomes a stakeholder in the decision, everybody becomes a participant in the decision, so that when he comes back, then they are all ready to receive him and take the movement forward. So this way, Lord Chaitanya is teaching the importance of collective decision making in this particular activity. he's showing how important it is to make decision making as a collective process and involve everybody in decision making so that everyone feels responsible for the decision and everyone can contribute fully to their part, whatever part they want to contribute. So it's a straightforward and interesting lesson which we are going to learn from this pastime. Of course, in few shlokas we'll learn many things. So the other important thing which we can learn from this pastime is also the love of Lord Chaitanya for his associates. That's something which is very, very unique. It comes out very uniquely in this pastime, where Lord Chaitanya is talking about his different associates. He is saying that I can give up my life, but to give you up is very difficult for me. But he is going to do that. He is going to temporarily give up their association. So Lord Chaitanya is actually showing to his associates that he is going to take some decision which is very difficult. But it is going to be equally difficult for him to go through that separation. So therefore, he is making some grounds for saying whatever he wants to say. Okay, we'll move to the next sloka.
Tumi saba bandhu mara bandhu krutya koile ihani mare Jagannatha dekhaile.
So you're all my friends. You have properly executed duties of friends by bringing me here to Jagannath Puri and giving me the chance to see Lord Chaitanya, Lord Jagannatha in the temple. So he is continuing to glorify his associates, and he is saying that whatever has been done because of their arrangements. So this is another important aspect of leadership here. Lord Chaitanya is displaying that the importance of giving credit to those who are our associates, those who are with us, those who are helping us. The importance of giving credit, because in Kali Yuga, everyone is looking for some sort of recognition, some sort of encouragement. In Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to practice Krishna consciousness. As such, we are very much disadvantaged in practicing Krishna consciousness, and Krishna consciousness comes with its own demands. So therefore, encouragement in Krishna consciousness is very, very important, and it's a very important aspect of leadership, that a leader should encourage the devotees in different services which they are doing, and he should actually make them feel that they are part of the service which is happening, and they are contributing significantly to that service. This is a very important aspect. Then people also get inspired that, okay, we are doing something, it's meaningful, it is creating a certain impact. This is all very important things which is required for devotees until they can become very, very mature, where they understand that there's no need for encouragement from any external source. The service itself is the source of encouragement, that we are able to do something to the Lord. That itself is a source of encouragement. Till the time they reach that stage of maturity, encouraging one another, encouraging each other, and making them feel as a part of what is happening is very, very important. Okay, let's go to the next sloka.
Ebe sabastane muni mago ekadane sabe meli agya deho yaibe dakshine.
Now I beg all of you for one bit of charity. Please give me permission to leave for a tour to South India. So the Lord actually is very nice in speaking. So the etiquette of dealing with each other and speaking to each other, we can see from this sloka. Lord Chaitanya did not, he is obviously the leader of the pack, and everybody has recognized him as the leader. There is no challenge to Lord Chaitanya's leadership amongst his associates. No one was claiming that, no, I am also leader. Everybody understood that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and everyone was serving him willingly. So Lord Chaitanya could have easily told that I have decided to go to South India. I'm just telling all of you so that you can understand the importance of going to South India and preaching there and then cooperate with me. He did not speak that language. Rather, he said that I am going to beg one bit of charity from all of you. So Lord Chaitanya showed great humility in conveying what he wants to convey. So two things. One is communication. Second is humility. So he made the request in such a way that it is very, very difficult to refuse. Even though his associates are going to come up with different arguments to refuse his request, but he is making the request in such a way that is very, very difficult to refuse. So therefore, the art of communication and the importance of humility in the practice of a Krishna conscious leadership, both of these things can be learned from this particular verse. Let's go to the next verse.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Narsimha Prahaladeshwara Prabhu is here if he wants to chant.
Yeah, I'll give
Oh,
him.
very good.
I'll give him in 10 minutes, no problem.
Oh, okay, sir.
বিশ্বরূপা উদ্দেশ্যে অবশ্য আমি যাব একাকী আইবে কাহ সঙ্গে না লাইব
I shall go to search out Vishwarupa. Please forgive me, but I want to go alone. I do not wish to take anyone with me. So now the Lord is coming to the main subject matter, that why he wanted to go to South India. And he is also giving them the reason why he wants to go alone, because he is going to go for some so-called personal work, which is that he wants to search out for his brother. So therefore he is saying that since I want to search out for my brother, then I may have my own way of doing these things, which may not be very useful for others. So therefore, I would like to go alone. Of course, this is an external reason. The Lord actually wanted to go to establish the Sankirtan movement very firmly in South India. But he also gave them acceptable reason that why he wants to go and what he wants to do during this mission. He gave them a reason which is good and which is acceptable. Okay.
সেতু বন্ধ হইতে আমি না আসিয়াবাদ নীলাচলে তুমি সব রহিবে তাবাদ
Until I return from Setu Bandhana, all you dear friends should remain at Jagannath Puri. So now Lord Chaitanya, he did not leave the communication open-ended. He closed it. He said that I am going to return. And when I am going to return, after taking darshan of Setu Bandhana, which is Rameshwaram. I'll go to Rameshwaram, which is the southern tip of India, and then I'll make my way back. Then he also told that what they should do. He gave clear instruction that they should remain in Jagannath Puri. They should remain together in Jagannath Puri till he comes back.
বিশ্বরূপ সিদ্ধি প্রাপ্তি জানে ন সকল দক্ষিণ দেশ উধারিতে করে ন এই চলা
So the Lord, he is omniscient. He is the Supreme Lord himself. So therefore, he knows everything. There's nothing which is unknown to him. So therefore, here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that the Lord was fully aware that Vishwarupa was no more on this planet. But still, he gave this reason so that he go to South India and he could liberate people there. Now one may ask that why the Lord did not directly give this reason, that he could have told his associates, I am going to preach in South India. Why he did not directly tell them that reason. So that will be clear as we read further. It will be clear that why he did not directly give them that reason. Rather, he told a reason which is a little bit more personal.
You can read the translation. We missed the reading translation.
Oh, okay. Oh. Knowing everything, Lord Sri Chaitanya was aware that Vishwarupa had already passed away. A pretense of ignorance was necessary, however, so that he could go to South India and liberate people there.
Thank you.
Next.
Prahladanand Prabhu, you want to read?
Prabhu, I can read.
Yeah, please go ahead.
শুনিয়া সবার মনে হইল মহা দুঃখ, নিঃশব্দ হইলা সবার শুকাইল মুখ।
Upon hearing this message from Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all devotees became very unhappy and remained silent with sullen faces. Of course, the prospect of being separate from Lord Chaitanya, this is intolerable to devotees. It is always like when Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, then when the Navadipasis actually heard that Lord Chaitanya has taken sannyas, they became so morose, that they actually became very, very aggrieved. So that very ghat from where Lord Chaitanya, he crossed Ganga and left Mayapur, they call that ghat as Nirdaya Ghat, the ghat which has no mercy. Till today it is called as Nidoya, because they could not come to terms that how Lord Chaitanya could cross over and leave all the Navadipasis, all the Mayapur Vasis, how he could go. So till today, in Navadip or in Mayapur, nobody wants to see the sannyas form of Lord Chaitanya. They cannot just tolerate to see the sannyas form of Lord Chaitanya. They like to see Lord Chaitanya fully dressed. They like to see Lord Chaitanya with long curly hair, fully dressed up, wearing wonderful flower garland and flower decorations. They never like to see Lord Chaitanya in his form as a sannyasi. Their heart breaks when they actually see Lord Chaitanya in the form of sannyasi. So therefore, you will not find anywhere Lord Chaitanya's sannyas form. When you come to Navadip Mayapur, you will not find anywhere the Lord Chaitanya being in sannyas form. I remember that just outside our Mayapur hospital, we had somebody had installed some of the devotees, they came together to install one deity of Lord Chaitanya outside. It's not exactly a deity which is being worshipped. It is more like a murti of Lord Chaitanya, which was installed just outside our Mayapur hospital. Diorama kind of thing. It's like a murti kind of thing. So anybody could see from the road. Of course, it has a mandap and it is installed inside a mandap. So anybody could, from the road, they could actually see Lord Chaitanya. Somehow or other, they installed sannyas form of Lord Chaitanya there. The diorama actually shows the sannyas form of Lord Chaitanya. So once His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he came to the hospital and he saw that diorama which is in sannyas form. And then he told me that it's a great mistake to have this in sannyas, to have Lord Chaitanya in sannyas form in Mayapur. Because every time devotees see Lord Chaitanya in sannyas form, then their heart breaks. So you better dress up Lord Chaitanya as a householder. Give him wig, give him colorful dress. And please dress up Lord Chaitanya as a householder. Because the more the people see this form, the more their heart will break, the more they will cry. So please don't, break the heart of those who are living here. Please dress him up as a householder. So it so happened that 2-3 days after this incident, Jannyas Prabhu came to the hospital. And he saw Lord Chaitanya's form. And then he exactly gave me the same instruction. He said, why Lord Chaitanya is here as sannyas? You should not keep him as sannyas. This form is not good for Mayapur. Please dress him up properly as a grahastha. So immediately I arranged for a wig and I arranged for some nice silken dress to dress up Lord Chaitanya in grahastha form. And then we put some nice silk dress and very elaborate chadar, and we gave him a nice crown and turban, peacock feather, curly hair, everything we did. So, therefore, separation of Lord Chaitanya from his associates, neither the associates can tolerate, nor Lord Chaitanya can tolerate. So naturally, they became very morose and they were seeing what is going to happen. Okay, please read.
নিত্যা-
Thank you.
নিত-
Just
নিত্যানন্দ
sorry, 1 second. Yeah, thank you for bringing that, sharing that. I have seen this, which you're referring to the diorama which they put. Generally in India, you find in junctions,
Yeah.
politicians,
Yes, yes, yes.
images and all this thing. Same form is there in the beach of Jagannath Puri.
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. This time I don't remember actually I seeing that. Is it removed completely or is
No, 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 no. He is still there. He is the guardian deity of hospital. So we never remove him. In
Okay.
fact, but he is not in sannyas form anymore because we have dressed him up nicely and we have given him wig, etc. So he is not in sannyas form anymore.
It was
In fact, we are planning to make a nice garden around him, make some sitting place, chanting place, all that we are planning to do around him. So when
I
I
thought
go
it,
back,
I,
when I go back, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to design a nice garden around him.
I thought it was carved like a already the sannyas dress. How did you change?
So what we did was that we actually stitched new cloth dress for him.
Okay.
And then we put some new cloth dress for him. So that covers the entire sannyas vesha. And also he has a sannyas chadar. On top of that, we put one big silk chadar. So the sannyas chadar is no longer visible. So he is internally sannyasi, externally grahastha.
Let's see. Thank you. Please continue.
নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু কহে ওইছে কইছে হয় একাকী যাইবে তুমি কে ইহা সহায়
Nityananda Prabhu then said, how is it possible that you will go alone? Who can tolerate this? So, of course, he is the first one to object because he is very, very close to Lord Chaitanya. So he said that, no, 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 you cannot go alone. How can we do this? We will all come with you. So that was his proposal. Okay, let's go next.
দুই এক সঙ্গে চলুক না পড়ো অটো রঙ্গে যারে কহ সেই দুই চলুক তোমার সঙ্গে
Let one or two of us go with you. Otherwise, you may fall into the clutches of thieves and rogues along the way. They may be whomever you like, but two persons should go with you. So, of course, this is Nityananda Prabhu telling Lord Chaitanya, but Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Lord. Who can stop him? Who can harm him? Nobody can stop him. Nobody can harm him. Even when his servant, when he was carried away by the gypsies, Lord Chaitanya, he actually pulled him back. And then when they came to attack him, Lord Chaitanya made their weapons to attack themselves. So Lord Chaitanya is the ultimate mystic. He is the Supreme Lord. He doesn't require any protection. But still, out of great concern, Nityananda Prabhu actually said that we would like to come with you because you may actually get into trouble while traveling. Now, this is another important instruction which is important for leadership in Kali Yuga, that we should always make sure that our activities are known to a few set of people, if not for everybody, but at least a few set of people should know what our activities are and what we are doing, etc. Because that creates not only protection but also accountability. Because in Kali Yuga, doing things alone is very, very dangerous. That we could anytime become victim of the so-called thieves and rogues, which is the greatest thief, greatest rogue in Kali Yuga is our mind itself. So we may become victim of our mind at any time. So therefore, association of devotees is very, very important. In whatever we do, we should take people into confidence. They should know what we are doing. And our activities as a devotee, it should be open book, if not for everybody, at least to few people, so that if we get into some sort of difficulty, or if we get into some sort of danger, then there is always someone to help us. And in Kali Yuga, it is very, very easy to get into difficulty and get into danger. Even history of ISKCON itself is a proof that there are many devotees who did excellent, super excellent service. But the only point or only problem they had is that sometimes they were bereft of association. And when they become bereft of association, then it is very easy that they can become victim of Maya. So therefore, even though they did super excellent services, at some point, they were also victimized by Maya. Of course, just because they are victimized by Maya, it doesn't mean that their services does not hold any meaning. Their services are their services. The fact that they become victim of Maya is also another lesson on how important it is for us to be surrounded by devotees, to be always in devotee association, and to always keep our life open book, at least to some devotees whom we are very confident, whom we are very close. So these are all very important things which we can learn from this instruction of Nityananda Prabhu. Okay.
দক্ষিণের তীর্থপথ আমি সব জানি, আমি সঙ্গে যাই, প্রভু আজ্ঞা দেহ তুমি।
So first of all, he said you can choose anybody you want. Then next, he is saying that I can come with you. He is saying that I know all the different tirthas of South India. So he is saying that you give me order, then I can come with you. Now, two things which you can notice here. First is that Nityananda Prabhu, he did not so much buy the idea that he is going to, Lord Chaitanya is looking for his brother. So he said that anyway, you will go look there go to all different places of pilgrimage. I know all different places of pilgrimage, I'll come with you. But he did not give his decision. He did not say, I am going to come with you. He still asked for permission. So this is the etiquette which we have to observe between devotees. Lord Chaitanya is asking for permission. He wants to do something. Lord Nityananda has objection. He wants to give some counter proposal, but he is also asking for permission. So this way, everybody is having respect for each other. They may have different points of view. They may differ from each other in their point of view. That what Lord Chaitanya wants to do is not acceptable to Lord Nityananda. What Nityananda is going to propose, that's not acceptable to Lord Chaitanya. But in even expressing the disagreement, they are following the etiquette of respecting each other, respecting each other's authority, and respecting each other's position. They are actually showing that how to, even if there is a counter opinion, how to express it and how to be respectful. This is very, very important to learn in our day-to-day dealings, because in Kali Yuga, the nature of Kali Yuga is to create difference. Kali itself means difference. Kali Yuga itself will create differences. So differences are going to be there. But how do we express those differences? How do we reconcile when we don't have mutual respect for each other? When we don't have respect for authority? When we don't have respect for some position which we take? It's very difficult. It will become very difficult. So therefore, even though there may be difference of opinion, but everything should not be done in challenging mood. Everything should be done according to proper etiquette, with full of respect for each other. It's a very important lesson which we learn from the statement of Lord Nityananda. Okay, next.
প্রভু কহে আমি নর্তক, তুমি সূত্রধার, তুমি জয়ছে নাচাও, তৈছে নর্তন আমার।
So the Lord replied, I am simply a dancer, you are the wire puller. However you pull the wires to make me dance, I shall dance in that way. So the Lord did not say to them that, hey, I already told you that I don't want any of you to come. You guys don't know that once I tell you, you cannot understand why you are making some counter proposal. There's no need for it. He did not say like that. Rather, the Lord actually submitted himself as being under the control of his devotees fully. Of course, he is not going to listen to them. But the way he actually conveys the reasons for his decision, this itself is another big lesson in communication. That how do we communicate with each other when we have serious differences with each other within the preaching movement? That what is the system in which we are going to communicate? Of course, there are differences. Are we going to amplify the differences, or are we going to amplify the dependency with each other? This is a very important thing which we should consider. It is very easy to amplify the differences because the differences are there. Here, there is serious difference. It is not a matter of joke, or it is not a simple thing for Lord Chaitanya's associates to think that Lord Chaitanya will be away for few months from them and he will go on his own. Nor it is a matter of simple thing for Lord Chaitanya to leave all of them and go for a few months. So there is a significant difference in opinion that what Lord Chaitanya wants to do and what his associates want him to do. There is a significant difference in opinion. Now, how they are resolving this difference in opinion itself is a lesson by itself for us. That how do we resolve our difference of opinion when we have difference of opinion? Do we resolve this difference of opinion on the basis of interdependence and self-respect? Or do we resolve these differences based on our own understanding of what is right and what is wrong? It's a very important thing, a very, very important thing. Lord Chaitanya is going to prevail. He is very clear that his opinion, that he wants to go alone. He's going to prevail. But the process he follows, and the process they all follow, in trying to resolve the serious difference which has come between themselves, is something which we have to learn very carefully to see that how do we behave when we have serious differences with each other, maybe between devotees to devotees, or maybe between devotees to authority, whatever the case may be, or maybe husband and wife, or maybe parents and children, doesn't matter. When there is difference in opinion, what is the basis on which we solve it? Do we solve it on the basis of our own attachment to what we want to do, which is coming from false ego? Or do we solve it on the basis of mutual respect, love, and the acknowledgement of interdependence between each other? It's a very, very, very interesting lesson topic. Caitanya Charitamrita is such that if we read the different pastimes, on the surface, they look very, very simple. They look very simple interactions between devotees. Sometimes I used to joke also that in Caitanya Charitamrita, all the devotees are doing only three things. They are eating, they are singing, they are dancing. Throughout Caitanya Charitamrita, only these three activities are going on. But in the process of this eating, singing, and dancing, how much they are teaching us is a lesson in abundance. It's a lesson in abundance. So every act, every simple, so-called simple act, every simple conversation, every exchange, there is so much to learn by reading Caitanya Charitamrita. Therefore, Prabhupada called the reading of Caitanya Charitamrita as the PhD. That he said that Bhagavad Gita is graduate study, Bhagavatam is postgraduate study, and the Caitanya Charitamrita is the PhD, because how much we can extract from Caitanya Charitamrita for the preaching movement in Kali Yuga, especially the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, there is a unlimited amount of treasure which is lying in Caitanya Charitamrita, which is waiting to be extracted. Okay, let's go to the next verse.
সন্ন্যাস করিয়া আমি চলিলাম বৃন্দাবন, তুমি আমার লয়া আইলে অদ্বৈত ভবন.
Yeah. After accepting the sannyas order, I decided to go to Vrindavan, but you took me instead to the house of Advaita Prabhu. So now, Lord Chaitanya, he is actually trying to explain to Nityananda that why he doesn't want to take him. So he is saying that I am so much dependent on you. So I just dance according to your own tunes. And your tunes are always different from my tune. I took sannyas. I wanted to go to Vrindavan. But you cheated me so nicely. And then you brought me to Advaita Bhavan. So one way, this can be seen as criticism of Lord Nityananda. Other way, this can be seen as glorification of Lord Nityananda. Because in Chaitanya Bhagavat, there is a very elaborate description of how Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. It's a heartbreaking description to see how Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. Especially the interaction between Lord Chaitanya and his mother, Sachidevi, at the event of taking sannyas. And how Lord Chaitanya left without telling anybody. Only very, very few people understood. That also Lord Chaitanya gave them a very cryptic message. He did not directly tell any of them that I'm going to take sannyas. He simply made some cryptic message. He told them that I brought the medicine, but the medicine itself has become the cause of disease. So when he said that, then few of Lord Chaitanya's associates, like Nityananda Prabhu and others, they understood that Lord Chaitanya is not going to stay in Navadip Dham. He's going to take sannyas and he's going to go away. So therefore, when Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he was already mad in ecstasy and he wanted to go towards Vrindavan. But then Lord Chaitanya's message of sannyas, it came like a thunderbolt for the devotees in Navadipa. And there was no proper time for interaction between Lord Chaitanya and his mother. And so many of the devotees in Navadip, they're heartbroken. They're all crying that why did Nimai Pandit leave? Why he took sannyas? What happened? So they were all crying. So the sense of separation was so strong, that it could actually break the heart of everyone. Already they were heartbroken. Whether they will keep their life or whether they will not keep their life, it was a great question mark. When Krishna left Vrindavan, at least he gave them assurance, ISCT. He said that I will come back. So that one word which Krishna spoke, that I will come back, that became the reason for all the Vrindavan Vasis to keep their life. Because they were thinking that Krishna is gone, anyway we are dead. There is no reason for us to live. But if we leave our body, and if Krishna comes back, because he has promised that he will come back, if Krishna comes back, and if he sees all of us are dead, then what will happen to Krishna? His heart will break. And we don't want Krishna's heart to break. We can be living dead for many years just because we want to see one day Krishna come back and we want to see him happy. So we will go through this great fire of separation and we will tolerate this. We'll somehow keep the life in this body because one day Krishna will come back and we don't want to break his heart. So at least when Krishna left Vrindavan, he told the Vrindavan Vasis, ISCT, means I will come back. But when Lord Chaitanya left Navadip to take sannyas, he left early in the morning, almost in the middle of the night. He got up and then he left early in the morning. He never told anybody. So the position of Navadip Vasis was much worse than the position of the Vrindavan Vasis when Lord Chaitanya left Navadip. They were so much in anxiety. They were crying. So therefore, that anxiety had to be resolved. So therefore, Lord Nityananda, in order to resolve that anxiety, he tricked Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya asked Nityananda Prabhu that how to go to Vrindavan, then Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu, he actually showed Ganges, Mother Ganga to Lord Chaitanya and told him, this is Yamuna, you please go along this river, you will reach Vrindavan, he said. Then he also knows that Lord Chaitanya will cross-check whatever he has said. So he went ahead and then he told some cowherd boys, he told them that one sannyasi will come mad in ecstasy, he will be dancing and chanting up and down. He will ask you that, is this the way to go to Vrindavan? Is this Yamuna? Is this the way to go to Vrindavan? You guys tell yes, yes, yes. So those people thought there's some kind of prank which is being played. So they also became very enthusiastic. So they said, yeah, we will do it. Then when Lord Chaitanya came and asked them, they confirmed, yes, this is Yamuna. If you go like this, Vrindavan will come. So Lord Chaitanya proceeded. So Nityananda Prabhu then gave word to Advaita Acharya saying that Lord Chaitanya has taken sannyas, he has become mad in ecstasy, he has not eaten, he does not have change of cloth, he is not in external consciousness. So therefore you come and you receive Lord Chaitanya, you take him to your house, you give him change of clothes and make sure that he takes bath, he eats something, all these things. So he was also worried about Lord Chaitanya. So then Nityananda Prabhu, he came on a boat and then he met Lord Chaitanya on the way, thinking that he's going to Vrindavan. And Nityananda, when he saw Advaita Acharya, Lord Chaitanya was very surprised. He said, hey, Advaita, you're also coming to Vrindavan, very nice. Then Advaita Acharya made this very famous quote or very famous statement that he said, my Lord, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Then Advaita Acharya, he pacified Lord Chaitanya and then he made him take bath in Ganges. He gave him a change of sannyas cloth. He gave him one more set of cowpin. Then he invited him to his house. Then all the Navadipasis came. So then there was a lot of crying and that and this. But at least the Navadipasis are satisfied that they were able to see Lord Chaitanya. So there was a significant reason why Nityananda Prabhu actually decided to divert Lord Chaitanya from going to Vrindavan. The time was not ripe for him to go to Vrindavan. So therefore, Lord also knows. Of course, by his desire, everything happens. But still, on the pretext of avoiding Lord Nityananda's association, because he wants to go alone, so therefore he is trying to criticize Lord Nityananda. He's saying that, hey, if I come with you, I know what will happen. I will want to go in east, you will take me to west. And then you will keep laughing because you are Avaduta. You don't have any care. You just do whatever you want to do. Then he is also saying some other thing, which about Lord Nityananda, second complaint about Lord Nityananda. Okay, let's read this.
নীলাচলে আসিতে পথে ভাঙিলা মোর দণ্ড তোমার সব গাঢ় স্নেহে আমার কার্য ভঙ্গ.
So while on the way to Jagannath Puri, you broke my sannyas staff. I know that all of you have great affection for me, but such things disturb my activities. So he gave the second complaint against Lord Nityananda, that I took sannyas. I got my sannyas danda from my sannyas guru, Keshav Bharati. But you broke that sannyas danda and you threw it away. So you are always causing disturbance to my activity. Now again, why Lord Nityananda broke sannyas danda? This is also another important thing. Lord Chaitanya, he accepted sannyas from Keshav Bharati, which is Shankara Sampradaya. Even though Lord Chaitanya is actually want to establish Vaishnavism, but wantedly he took sannyas from Shankara Sampradaya, which is Mayavad Sampradaya. He actually took sannyas from the Mayavad Sampradaya because he wanted Mayavadi sannyasis to recognize him as one amongst them. And this way, he could preach to the Mayavadi sannyasis and he could make them as Vaishnavas. This is what happened with Prakashananda Saraswati when he went to Varanasi. That Prakashananda Saraswati criticized Lord Chaitanya, saying that you are actually a sannyasi in Shankara group, Shankara Sampradaya, you should read Vedanta Sutra, why are you chanting and dancing? Now, of course, Lord Chaitanya, he actually attracted all of them, he gave them mercy and he gave them some opportunity to serve, and he had elaborate discussion with them, and in the way, they finally actually understood, they surrendered to Lord Chaitanya, they all became Vaishnavas. So this is Lord Chaitanya's secret plan, that why he took sannyas in the Bharati Sampradaya. But of course, before taking sannyas, Lord Chaitanya initiated Keshav Bharati in the Vaishnava sannyas mantras, and then he took that mantra back from him. So there was no harm. But the Advaita sannyasis, they actually carry ekadanda. Ekadanda means that the sannyas danda which they carry a single rod, because they want to show that everything is Brahman, everything is one. God, no, there is no God. I am also God, you are also God, everybody is God, dog is God, cat is God. So to show that Aham Brahmasmi, or everything is Brahman, they actually carry a single rod. But the Vaishnava sannyasis, they are called Tridandi sannyasis. They actually carry three rods, because they want to show that body, mind and soul, everything should be dedicated to Krishna's service. So that is why they actually carry three rods together. Now Lord Chaitanya took sannyas in Bharati Sampradaya, which is Mayavada Sampradaya. And naturally he got Ekadanda. And Lord Nityananda, he could not tolerate to see Lord Chaitanya carrying Ekadanda. So therefore he broke the danda, because that is not suitable for him. So what Nityananda did was correct. That he actually broke the sannyas danda. Other thing is that he is Supreme Lord. He is not bound by the rules of sannyas. So therefore, there is no need for Lord Chaitanya to carry a sannyas danda. So therefore, Nityananda Prabhu broke the sannyas danda. Anyway, it was not appropriate for him. And anyway, he is Supreme Lord. Why he should carry that rod for him? Of course, whatever he does is appropriate also. But in the case of a jiva or a soul, a spirit soul who is taking sannyas, so for him, when he is in the body, when he is as a sannyasi in the body, his body, mind and soul is different from each other. So therefore, he has to take Tridanda to show that all the three components he is going to utilize in Krishna's service. But Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna. He is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So he is Krishna. He is Krishna himself. So for him, there is no difference between body, mind and soul. So in that sense, Lord Chaitanya carrying single rod is not inappropriate. That's why Lord Chaitanya accepted single rod. So it's not inappropriate. But still, it is inappropriate because this is Lord Chaitanya came as a devotee and he wanted to establish the Sankirtan movement. So for him to carry the Ekadanda is inappropriate. So therefore, Lord Nityananda broke the Ekadanda. Secretly, Lord Chaitanya was happy. But outside, he actually showed anger at the time, and then he left all of them, and then he rushed to the Jagannath Puri. So now he is saying that you have great affection for me. So Lord Chaitanya is recognizing that the different actions have been done. Those actions were externally contradicting what Lord Chaitanya wanted. But however, those actions were done out of great affection for Lord Chaitanya. So therefore, one side Lord Chaitanya is saying that you do activities to disturb me. Another side, Lord Chaitanya is also accepting that those activities are done out of great affection. So therefore, there is no fault in those activities. Yet he gave some strong reason why Lord Nityananda should not accompany him, because Lord Chaitanya wanted to go on with his program, and Nityananda, he does things in his own way. So he said that I want to go on with my own program. So if you come, then you will implement your program. Then it will not be my program. So therefore, I prefer to do my program. So in this reason, I want to be away. So this way, Lord Chaitanya was criticizing Nityananda Prabhu, but at the same time, he was also glorifying Nityananda Prabhu, that whatever he has done is most appropriate. Okay, we'll read one more sloka.
জগদানন্দ চাহে আমা বিষয়ে ভুঞ্জাইতে, যেই কহে সেই ভয়ে চাহিয়ে করিতে।
Jagadananda wants me to enjoy bodily sense gratification, and out of fear, I do whatever he tells me. So again, this is also a very sweet pastime between Jagadananda and Lord Chaitanya. The two pastimes where once Jagadananda wanted to offer some bed to Lord Chaitanya, very nice bed he wanted to offer, and Lord Chaitanya said that, oh, how can I take bed? I am a sannyasi, I cannot sleep on the bed. So finally some compromise was made that Lord Chaitanya will sleep on a bed which is made of banana strings, which will be covered by the saffron cloth. So some compromise like that was made. So same way, once Jagadananda wanted to offer sandalwood oil to Lord Chaitanya, and he wanted to massage Lord Chaitanya's body with sandalwood oil. Lord Chaitanya said, I am a sannyasi, I cannot go through all this luxury of getting massage with sandalwood oil and things like that. So Jagadananda Pandit, he actually made the sandalwood, very nice sandalwood oil to come from Navadip. He brought it, he got it from Navadip. And when Lord Chaitanya refused, Jagadananda Pandit became so angry that he actually broke that sandalwood oil pot in the middle of the house, and then he just simply walked away with anger. So for many days, the whole of Gambira and the place around Bhattacharya's place, it was actually smelling sandalwood for a long time. So this way, there were many sweet exchanges between Jagadananda Pandit and Lord Chaitanya, because Jagadananda already always saw Lord Chaitanya as a Supreme Lord. So for him, it was completely unacceptable that the Lord was actually going through so much austerities like a normal sannyasi. So for him, it was completely unacceptable. So therefore, he always tried to offer things to Lord Chaitanya, which is fit for the Supreme Lord. He tried to offer things like that. But Lord Chaitanya never wanted to accept those things. So this is also another important lesson which we should learn, that devotees may offer many things for our comfort, especially in the preaching movement. When we are in preaching movement, when we are become some preacher of certain stature, then devotees may want to offer many things for our comfort. But Lord Chaitanya is practically showing that these things should not be accepted, because these things will become a deviation in the preaching movement. That one set of people may offer something for your comfort, but the other set of people, the very thing which you may have for your comfort, they actually start criticizing this, and the whole preaching movement may be spoiled. So therefore, devotee should accept things only for Krishna and Krishna's service. He should not accept anything for personal sense gratification, even though it may be offered by others. That people may offer things that, okay, you are doing such nice service, then you please accept this for your personal comfort, or you offer that. They may offer different things, but a devotee should be very, very careful not to accept such things, and to utilize everything in Krishna's service. Whatever he gets, he should utilize in Krishna's service. So this is called Yukta Vairagya. Prabhupada explains that there are some sannyasis who don't want to touch money with their hands. But Prabhupada says that I can take all the money in the world with both my hands, because I know how to utilize it in service of Krishna. So therefore, that mood of utilizing everything in service of Krishna is very, very important. And not trying to get attached to things which may come on our way when we practice devotional service is also another important principle. There is this principle of puja, labha, pratishtha, out of which profit, adoration, and distinction. This profit, which is labha, is very easy to come. It's very, very easy to come. So therefore, Bhagavatam is also saying, dharmasya hi apavargasya nartho arthaya upakalpate, nartasya dharmaikantasya kamo labhaya hi smritaha. Bhagavatam is very clearly underlining this principle that for kamalabha means for the purpose of sense gratification, artha which comes by practicing the parodharma, the facilities which come by practicing parodharma, you should never be utilized for sense gratification. The parodharma also should not be practiced for getting facilities for sense gratification. And whatever we get, that also should not be utilized for sense gratification. Because when we practice dharma, according to the rule of the material world, artha has to come. So there is no doubt about it. The natural effect of practicing dharma is artha. When we practice parodharma, then again, definitely artha is going to come. It is not that it will not come. Prabhupada says that millions of dollars is coming. But he's saying everything should be accounted, not a farthing should be wasted, he says. That, of course, that is the nature of Krishna conscious movement. That when we practice Krishna consciousness, when we preach Krishna consciousness, it is natural that we'll get a lot of resources, we'll get a lot of money. But the danger is that we should never utilize it for sense gratification. Even though it may be offered that people may say, oh, you are doing so many service, you are doing so much things, why don't you take this for yourself? Thank you, sir, but I want to utilize it for Krishna service. You give it, I will utilize it for Krishna service. So that mood should be very strongly there. So that is what here Lord Chaitanya is pointing out, that Jagadananda is always caring for my bodily comfort. And then I have to also accept what he says to a greater extent or lesser extent. I need to always make compromise with him. And that may not be good while traveling, because that may not be taken kindly by people. When people see that a sannyasi is having this facility, that facility, people may not take it very kindly. They may criticize. They may not appreciate the mood of the Jagadananda Pandit. They may criticize. So therefore, he's saying that I cannot take him also. I have to travel alone. So this way, Lord Chaitanya is going to talk about every one of his associates. Whatever he's going to explain about each one of his associates, there are also some deep lessons for us in those explanations. I'm sure that on your everyday readings, you will discuss all those things. So I was asked to stop at 8:50. We are already 8:53, so I will stop here. See if there are some questions or comments or corrections, whatever is there. You can see if there's something which devotees want to say.
Thank you, Harilila Prabhuji, Krishna Krishna Dasya. Yeah, very nice. Lot of things you shared. It's a very nice summary which you gave. So many things comes to my mind. One is, first of all, to practicing bhakti, we really need a very expert guidance, not just initiation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate thing. We think initiation. It's not just initiation. After initiation, we accept the guidance. Am I right?
Yeah. In Prabhupada actually called Diksha as initiation. This is very interesting because initiation means beginning of something. It is not end of something. He did not call Diksha as something like perfection or something else. He called it as initiation. Initiation means that you are initiating an activity, this beginning an activity. So when we begin an activity, we are imperfect in that activity. So in order to become perfect in that activity, then that means we need a lot of practice and training, and ultimately the perfection comes. So therefore, the very process of initiation is just beginning of bhakti. So nobody should think that initiation means we have already reached perfection. So initiation means we are actually going to practice now only. What we have done before initiation is that we have practiced to practice. That is what we have done. We have not practiced.
Yeah.
So after initiation, we are going to practice. And that practice is going to take us to perfection. And in order to practice, we need a lot of guidance, because that is a serious practice. Pre-initiation is a practice to practice, but initiation is the official practice starting. So then we are recognized by the parampara. Then we have to then we have to take a lot of training. We have to take a lot of guidance. We have to take a lot of support, association, in order to progress in what we have started. Otherwise, it will become like it will greatly regress our progress in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, thank you for that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dealing with his personal associates, all these things, in setting the example for all of us. That's really wonderful. But he's dealing with personal associates. Still, he's teaching he's teaching us through his personal associates. Am I right?
Yeah. So in Bengali, there is a proverb. That is the proverb. Prabhupada quotes this proverb often: teaching the daughter-in-law by teaching the daughter. It's like the daughter-in-law comes to the house, and the mother-in-law, she cannot directly instruct the daughter-in-law, or she cannot directly chastise the daughter-in-law, because if she does that, it will become big politics. So when the daughter-in-law does some mistake, even though the mother-in-law knows that the mistake is done by the daughter-in-law, she chastises her own daughter for that mistake. That why did you put so much salt in the sabji? Don't you know that you should not put so much salt in the sabji? The sabji is not supposed to take so much salt. You have to put half of what you have put. How many times I have taught you like this? Why you are doing the same mistake? She will chastise the daughter. The daughter also knows that this chastisement is not for her. It is for the daughter-in-law. But the daughter does not say, oh, my dear mother, I have not put this, I have not made this sabji, I have not cooked this sabji. This is only cooked by your daughter-in-law. She only put more salt. She doesn't say. She also accepts the chastisement. She's saying, sorry, mother, actually I forgot. I should have put half salt. I have put full salt. I am sorry. Next time I will not repeat this mistake. She says. So now the daughter-in-law is listening to all these things. She is listening to the chastisement of the mother, and she is also seeing how the daughter is accepting the mistake, and then she is saying she will correct herself. Now the daughter-in-law is intelligent enough to understand that this chastisement is actually meant for me. I am supposed to put half salt. She is not feeling very happy. Anyway, I put full salt. Now these people are fighting with each other. She is not feeling happy like that. So she knows that this whole drama is going on in order to teach me. So then she understands, she notes it in her mind that next time I make this sabji, I'll put half salt. I will not put full salt. So Prabhupada actually explains that this whole thing which the Lord, he does with his associates, it is like teaching the daughter-in-law by teaching the daughter. So daughter belongs to the house. Daughter-in-law has entered the house. So we are like daughter-in-laws. We have just entered the house of Bhakti. Lord Chaitanya's associates, they are like daughters because they belong to the house of Bhakti. So they cannot do any mistake. But still, there are some interactions going on between the mother and the daughter, so that daughter-in-laws like us, we can actually learn from that interaction.
I know time is running out. If anyone has any question, comment. I have one more, but I want.
Hare Krishna, Harilila Prabhu. I just wanted to express my appreciation and gratitude for you giving us these insights into the Sri Caitanya Charitamrita this past time. Myself included, many of us read these verses at kind of at face value. And as you mentioned, just chanting, dancing, and feasting, and maybe there's some interaction. But you were really able to kind of illuminate on some of these features of the conversation, which gave it a lot more meaning. And I really do appreciate that, you bringing that to us. With regards to, I guess, the communication and the conversation that took place, even though there was kind of a disagreement on the desires, you mentioned about, it's important to, gather the opinions of the various devotees and hear them and communicate. One of the challenges that I often see is that when you include stakeholders, there's a feeling that their point of view or their opinion then has to be included or executed, even though it may not fit, just because you've now included them. So then there's an expectation also from their side. So I have to, and if that doesn't necessarily fit in to what actually takes place, there's a feeling of letdown or disappointment on their end. That, why did you ask me if you're not going to take my, if you're not going to include my opinion? And maybe they did have a good opinion, maybe it wasn't, for whatever the circumstance may be. So in that way, sometimes there's a feeling that this is such a burden to try to include everybody. And looking at Lord Chaitanya's example, in the end, he, everybody kind of raised, had their voice, but in the end, he executed the way, he was going to execute. Anyway, what are your thoughts about that? That point about, we want to include, we want to get everybody's opinion, but at the same time, it's impossible to synthesize everybody's thoughts.
So the first point is Lord Chaitanya did make a compromise in this case. Lord Chaitanya wanted to go alone. But after all the discussion, he agreed to take a Brahman with him. So he did make a compromise in this case. So he did not go alone. He took a Brahman with him as a servant, and then he went along with the Brahman. in order to pacify his associates. So he did give some allowance to their opinion. It may not be exactly what they wanted, but it was something which is close to what they wanted. So that is one thing. The second thing is that this is not a standalone process. If you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is not a standalone process. There are many times where Lord Chaitanya has taken their opinion into account and he has acted according to their opinion when it is appropriate. But there are many times where Lord Chaitanya would take their opinion, but then would give them a proper explanation that why their opinion cannot be accommodated at this point of time. And then he may find some compromise, which actually is like a situation where neither, the opinion, whatever they have given, is not completely discarded. So like in this case, he agreed to take a Brahman with him. So there, he did not completely discard their opinion. So, but since there are other occasions where he has completely obeyed to them, this is exactly what Lord Chaitanya is trying to do in this pastime. He is in the pretext of saying different things to his devotees. He is actually pointing out to them, how many times you see I have agreed with you. He is actually listing out all those points to them. He is pointing out to them, see, Nityananda, you wanted me to go to Advaita Bari, I went to Advaita Bari. You want to break the sannyas danda, I didn't take another sannyas danda. Since you broke the sannyas danda, I am not carrying any sannyas danda. So he is telling Jagadananda that you want to see me comfortable, I am accepting certain comforts within my limit. So I am not ignoring you. So same way he will talk about Mukunda, same way he will talk about Damodar Pandita, same way he will talk about all these people. He is actually making them understand that there are different occasions where I have taken your opinion and I have acted upon that opinion. So now this is the time where I am going to do something different. So you guys also cooperate. So it is an ongoing process. So when we, as leadership, when we see that sometimes we have to not accommodate somebody's opinion, but some other times that same person's opinion we are able to accommodate. And if we are able to give some reasonable explanation as to why we are unable to accommodate their opinion, what we need to do at this time, then even though there may be some heartbreak at that point of time, which Lord Chaitanya's associates also had. They had some heartbreak at that point of time because Lord Chaitanya was going away and he was doing what he wants to do. Overall, the situation remained more cordial because of two things. One is that the mutual self-respect they had for each other, and also the beauty of following the etiquette, that all of them are following the etiquette. So because of that, even though there was some heartbreak, but in the end, everything was all right. So relationships are a matter of continuous engagement. So therefore, we cannot 100% satisfy everyone at all times. That is not possible. But as leaders, if we have shown consistently reasonable behavior, then over point of time, devotees do understand that our behavior is reasonable, our behavior is accountable, and we do not, for the sake of ignoring people's opinion, we do not ignore. So that is something which everybody will learn, the stakeholders will learn over a period of time. That's one thing. Second thing is that there is also different levels. Lord Chaitanya does consult at different levels. Now he is consulting with a very small group of his very, very confidential associates because it's a big decision he's going to take. So he is consulting in a small group. Then sometimes Lord Chaitanya does it with a bigger group. Sometimes he does it with a smaller group. So again, it depends on the nature of decision that who are the stakeholders who should be involved. Like every decision should involve everybody, or some decisions should involve everybody and some decisions should involve some people. These are all also things which needs to be practically seen. Not that Lord Chaitanya is having the whole Ishtagoshti with everybody for all the decisions. He is doing different things at different times. We also follow the same system. We have a core management group, or we may have a core management committee or whatever it is, and then we may have the general congregation of devotees. So sometimes in the Ishtagoshti, which is a larger Ishtagoshti, you may call everybody to give different brainstorming ideas. And then sometimes you may have a smaller group where some serious discussion take place. But overall, if the expectations are set clearly while meeting or before meeting, if the expectations are set clearly, generally things work out all right. But also at the same time in Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to satisfy everyone. Somebody is going to be dissatisfied. But then if we have done something in their favor or taken their opinion at a different point of time, we can always tell them that, see, when you told this suggestion that time, we have taken that suggestion, we have worked on it. So not every time we are just rejecting your suggestion for the heck of it. There may be some reason why we may want to accept it, we may not want to accept it. Some explanation might be required. If there is some serious heartbreak, some explanation might be required. This is what I can say.
Thank you very much. That's a very, very, very thorough answer. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I also wanted to say that, you know, we look forward to you when you do come back to this area. You know, we look forward to seeing you and having you come to Philadelphia to meet the devotees.
I also look forward to visiting Philadelphia next time, a little bit more planned manner, spend a little bit more time here, because this time is more like I come to USA for the first time, and I don't know many people also, frankly. I'm making some relationships. I'm trying to get to know people. People are trying to get to know me also. So, you know, it's just more like a trial trip, which I'm doing. So hopefully next year during April, May, I will come back. So that time I'll make a more standard plan or more thoughtful plan by communicating with devotees well in advance. And then I'll try to spend some time here and there.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think we have spent more time than what is allotted, almost 9 minutes more. We should close, I think. So it's a working day also.
Thank you.
People have things to do.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all of you. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.